Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Catherine, if you didn't already know. As you'll see by the title, today I'm reviewing KKW Beauty, the collection 2. I've actually never tried KKW Beauty before, so I'm so excited to try the bundle. I picked up the eyeshadow palette and the 12 nude lip glosses, which I'm going to be swatching all the products for you today and testing them first time. So this is like first impressions and telling you whether it's worth the money, if I think it's worth investing in, and obviously how the products look. So yeah, if you want to see that, then do keep on watching and don't forget to subscribe down below, give it a thumbs up. And other than that, let's get into it. Obviously, there's been a lot of drama with the Kardashians recently. There's a lot going on, but I bought this bundle like when it launched, which was well over a month ago, and it's only just arrived. Obviously, I live in the UK, so it was going to take a bit longer to get here. I did have to pay import tax on it as well, which I'll talk about later on when I get into the costing side of things and if I think it's value for money. But obviously, KKW Beauty is a worldwide brand. Everyone knows what it is, and I've really wanted to try the KKW Beauty products before. I just never have felt like I've wanted to invest in it, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to take the plunge. My bank account might cry a little bit, but I want to invest in it and see if the products are worth the hype. I obviously love like nude shades and anything like that, so this felt like the perfect thing to buy because I know I probably will use it. I hope you enjoy. So I've obviously used the KKW Classic 2 eyeshadow palette to get this eyeshadow look. It's definitely a lot more like smokier than I would tend to go for, but I kind of like it, like the browns, the neutral tones that are really nice. I've obviously smoked out under my lower lash line, which I don't tend to do, but I really like the way it's turned out. In terms of the eyeshadows themselves, they're like super easy to blend, and they're also really like, you get a lot of payoff for the product, which is really good. I'm gonna swatch the colours I haven't used, but I'll run through what colours I did use to achieve this look. So I started off with the shade Manifest, which is like a baby pink shade. It's really neutral. It's got a slight orange undertone to it, but I basically took a flat brush and I started to pack that onto my eyeshadow to act as a base. I did apply concealer beforehand because I always like to use a bit of concealer as an eyeshadow base, and then yeah, I packed on the shade Manifest. It's a really pretty colour, and if you were doing a really basic eyeshadow look, you could probably just use it as an eyeshadow itself and wouldn't need to put anything else on top of it. Start to carve out my eye. I then used the shade Exist, which is again like a neutral mauvey shade. It started to like deepen my crease, and I just used it to start to build that up. I always like to do that. I took a really fluffy brush to do that, and I started to work it into my crease. And then I also took the shade Haze, which is like a slightly deeper mauvey shade. It's got more of a grey undertone, but it was really good to obviously carve out my crease. So I kind of mixed the two of them, and then I had kind of like a matte, the three shades I've used so far are all matte finishes. So I really like the way the three of them blended together. They're all from the same like colour palette family, so they worked really nicely together. And I think if you were doing quite like a basic look, like an everyday sort of semi-glam look, you could leave it there as is, and I think I will do that in the future. It just was a really nice colour combination, and yeah, if you're going for like a matte finish, you could just leave it at that stage and it looked really nice. Obviously I wanted to test out the more glittery shades just to see what they were like. So I took the shade Gravity next, taking like a flat brush, and this is like a brown eyeshadow, but it's got gold reflexes in it. It's a really pretty colour. Like the gold reflexes are really subtle. I wouldn't say they're big pigmented reflexes, but it's got like, yeah, this kind of gold undertone, but it's like a dark brown colour. It's a bit deeper than I would tend to go, but I wanted to test it out, and I did really like the way it applied. It was really easy, and it has a lot of payoff, so you don't need like to keep packing on loads and loads of eyeshadows to get the result. So I did really like that colour. And then I went in with the shade Solar, which is a beautiful like deep bronze colour, and this actually has silver reflexes in it, and it was honestly so beautiful. I took it into the outer third of my eye, and it did like deepen it up slightly, but it just has, this is probably the most pigmented shade of the palette, and the silver reflexes are slightly bigger than the gold reflexes from the shade Gravity. So yeah, this has a bit more pigment to it. It did have a bit of fallout, but that's why I always do my eyeshadow first, so that then I can tidy it up and then go in with my base makeup. So yeah, I used the shade Solar Next, and yeah, I really liked it. And then I wanted to test out the shade Geode, I don't know how to pronounce it, Geode. And I basically took that with a small detail brush and I put it in my inner corner, and it is like it's a proper gold, like a true gold shade. It wasn't like the most pigmented shade I've ever used, but it just had a subtle, like, yeah, goldy kind of shimmer to it. So I put that in my inner corners. It didn't make that much of a difference. So when I was smoking my eyes out, I used the shade Neutral to just kind of brighten it up. But I probably, if you were doing like a soft look and you just wanted like a goldy undertone to go over your whole eyeshadow, then you could probably use that shade really nicely. I then obviously went off and put on my like rest of my face, and then I came back and did the under eye. So for that I took the shade Terrain, which is the darkest shade of the palette, and this was like a purpley sort of brown shade. It's definitely got a purple undertone to it, and I just smoked that underneath my waterline just to deepen up the eyeshadow look. So I don't tend to do this, I don't tend to put something under my waterline, but I just wanted to see what this colour was like. And yeah, as I say, it's got like a purple undertone to it, and again it has a lot of pigment, so you don't need loads of it to get this result. And then, as I said, I took the shade Neutral just to brighten up my inner corner a little bit, because I don't like to have like a dark inner corner, it just doesn't suit my eyes, and I just like to brighten up that. But because I didn't have like a shimmery option, I went for the matte shade Neutral, and yeah, it did the job perfectly. It's like a whitey pink sort of shade, and yeah, it did just brighten up my eye, and I really liked it. So yeah, they were all the colours I used, and this is the final look. I really like these colours, to be honest. Like, they're very good quality, and you don't, as I said, you don't need loads of it for the result you get. So I was really impressed. It had a bit of fallout, but you get that with most eyeshadows, to be honest, so that doesn't really bother me because I do it in a particular order, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I really liked the way it turned out. It is a lot more smoky than I tend to go for, but I do really like it, and you could definitely just use the matte shades if you wanted just by themselves. So yeah, I was really impressed with this eyeshadow palette. Then the Collection 2 bundle comes with 12 nude lip glosses, and I'm so excited to try these. Obviously I've never used KKW before, but yeah, there's 12 nude gloss shades, so I'm gonna swatch them all. I'm gonna try them all on. I literally love a lip gloss. Like, I wear a lip gloss over a matte any day of the week. I'm not going to put any lip liner on so that you can see how they look without any lip liner, and to get the true shade on my skin tone. Them come in the like pinky nude packaging with the KKW Beauty. It has a really premium feel to it. Like, I love kind of the plain neutral nude with then obviously the logo embedded into it. It's just really classy, and I just love the overall feel of it. The shades range from nude 1 all the way up to nude 8, and then there's a few 0.5s in there as well. So oh my god, okay, so this is what the bottle looks like. Again, it's the nudie pink packaging with a pink nude lid, and then you obviously have the shade underneath. It's quite like a big lip gloss, like it's quite a chunky one, and then it's just got the standard applicator, like the dome applicator. So yeah, I'm going to try each one of these on. So this is nude 1, which is obviously going to be the lightest. Okay, so this is like a baby pink gloss. It doesn't really have a scent to it, like it hasn't really got a smell. It doesn't feel that sticky though, which is nice. I don't really like sticky glosses. I associate that with it being cheap, to be honest. It obviously applies really easily. It's super shiny. I mean, I'm obsessed with lip glosses. Like, I just think they just bring a look together. Like, even if I'm doing like a more natural look, I'll just put a gloss on and I'll just feel more like put together. So yeah, this is the shade nude 1. It's obviously more of like a baby pink gloss, but it's really high shine. It hasn't got a sticky finish at all. Nude 1. Then we've got shade Nude 1.5, which is a slightly darker pink. This looks like it's got a bit more of a peachy kind of colour to it. Exactly the same packaging, exactly the same applicator, which they're all going to have. Yes, this is more of an orangey shade. They do glide on really nicely. The applicator is a nice size as well. More of an orange undertone to it. So this is Nude 1.5. They're obviously all going to have the same finish because they're the same formula, but they're really high shine. Like, how it just brings everything together. I really like this. This is definitely more of an everyday shade for me. This is really, really nice actually. 1.5. Now moving on to shade 2. It's more orangey. So 1.5 and 2 are definitely more orange compared to 1, which is definitely a pinker gloss. You see how easily these glosses apply? That's another reason why I like lip glosses, because they're so easy to just pop on. Like, they just glide on and then you're kind of set. Whereas sometimes with a matte, you have to lip line, then have to get it in the right position. You can mess it up quite easily and then it like dries really quickly. Whereas with a lip gloss, they're so easy to just throw on. So this is shade 2, which is obviously slightly deeper than shade 1.5, but it's still got that orange peach undertone. Again, a really nice everyday gloss. This goes really nicely with this look actually. If you're quite bronzed up, like, I feel like this would go quite nicely. Yeah, I really, really like this one as well actually. I feel like I'm gonna like them all because I love nude glosses, like, who doesn't? So yeah, this is really, really nice. Really nice formula as well, and as you can see, it's super, super shiny. Shade 2. Okay, now moving on to 2.5, which is obviously we're going a bit darker again, ever so slightly. Okay, this is a bit more on the pinky side. This is shade 2.5. I'd say it's a bit more pink than shade 2, but yeah, it's still got like a peachy, it's still a little bit peachy, but we're veering more towards pink with this one. Moving on to shade 3, which is a lot darker pink. This looks similar to my Fenty Beauty shade Fussy. This looks like, yeah, this is definitely a richer colour, and is definitely pink. Yeah, this is literally like the shade Fussy. Okay, I really like this, and this is a lot closer to my actual lip shade. So this is shade 3. So this is shade 3.5, which obviously is a bit darker than 3. This is almost getting into like the brown sort of colour. Yeah, so it's slightly deeper. It's still pink, but it's got an ever so slight brown undertone. They do apply so easily, like, I can't stress enough how easily these apply. They just glide on, like, they are really good quality, I have to say. You only need a little bit as well to get this sort of high shine result, which is so, so nice in lip gloss. Like, some lip glosses you have to pile and pile it on for it to be even a little bit shiny, whereas these are high shine. So nice. So this is 3.5, so we're getting a bit more into the brownie nude shade. Still lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, next up we have shade 4, which is even darker. So this looks, yeah, a lot more browny, almost a little bit mauve actually. So I'm just gonna pop this on. Yeah, this definitely got brown undertone. I think I'd wear this if I was going for a more full glam, like really dressed up sort of look, whereas the lighter shades obviously more like everyday gloss, throw on, whatever the occasion. Shade 4. So it's really, really nice. Next up is shade 5, and this looks actually like we're going a bit more pink rather than brown. It's still obviously a deep shade, yeah, but this is slightly more pink. So this is more similar to shade 3 and 3.5 actually. It's like a darker version of them. I just love the quality, like, how easy it is to apply and how little you actually need. It's really nice. Okay. Oh, I like this. I like that this, I prefer the more pinky to the brown, but yeah, this is really nice. This is shade 5, which I'd say is the step up from shade 3 and 3.5. Really nice. Right, shade 6 next, which looks like it's going back to a bit more of a brown orange undertone. Yeah, this is getting darker, but still a shade I would wear, to be honest. It's even got a bit of a more reddy undertone, so yeah, that's where the brown's obviously pulling through. It's all like, this is quite similar to the terracotta eyeshadow. What was that one called? This is actually like the gloss equivalent of the eyeshadow shade Abundance, that terracotta sort of brown. I'd say this is like that colour in a lip gloss. So if you were wearing that, this would match really perfectly if you were trying to pull through that colour. The penultimate shade, shade number 7. This looks super brown. Oh, yeah. See, I would never go this dark normally in a lip gloss. I would in a matte, but not in a gloss. So this is really cool, actually. This would be more an autumnal colour, I think. Like, probably wouldn't get away with this now, but definitely in the autumn. And if you were doing like a smoky look. Wow, this is a moment. Yeah. It's dark. It is dark. But it is a lovely shade. It's more like reddy brown, so it's almost on the red side. But I would wear this probably in the autumn, winter. But I love that it's dark and a gloss. Like, I love that. Wow, okay. And then finally we have shade Nude 8, which is obviously the darkest in the collection. I love that there's such a wide range. This is almost like a purpley brown gloss. As I said, I don't tend to go this dark, but possibly like winter I would. Wow. This is a lot for me. But I would still wear this, you know. It is dark, obviously. But I love the finish, that it's like a gloss. I just love that. Like, I love that. I would obviously wear this if I was full glam, probably autumn winter sort of look. The smoky eye this would go lovely with. Yeah, I do really like it, you know, but it's a lot. It is a lot, but it's nice. Okay, so they are all the lip gloss shades. You get such a wide range in this collection, like all the way from shade 1 all the way up to shade 8. So I feel like it would suit anybody, like these shades. I actually would probably wear all of these, like, not gonna lie. I'm definitely gonna use them all. I would more steer towards probably 1 to 3, those shades I would wear as like everyday shades, and then 3.5 upwards would be more for like full glam moments, if I was fully dressed up, going out and I wanted something a bit more, yeah, full glam and a statement. Like shade 8, as beautiful as it was, like I obviously would never wear that day to day, but if I was dressing up more like in the winter time and yeah, had like a super smoky look, I feel like that would look beautiful. And obviously the formula is lovely, and I was really pleased with how they applied, and yeah, they were super easy to put on. I feel like they're really high quality, high shine, and my sort of lip gloss shade, so I am definitely going to be using all of them. In terms of the kind of price point for all of this, so I bought the bundle as a collection where you get the eyeshadow palette and the 12 glosses all in one, and I think it was around $250, which obviously sounds a lot. In terms of UK money, I think that's about £200, I want to say. So that is a lot, but you're obviously investing in a lot of products. You get the £10 eyeshadow palette, which obviously I'll be using as an everyday palette, and a bit more when I want to go for a bit more glam on my eyes. So I feel like it's really versatile. And then you obviously get the 12 lip glosses for that as well. There's such a good shade range, so I think it would suit all sorts of skin tones, which obviously is great that they're catering for that. And yeah, I'm really impressed with the formula and the quality of both products, to be honest with you. I obviously had quite high expectations because it's supposed to be a bit more premium. You're obviously paying quite a lot of money for the bundle, and the only thing is that you do have to pay, if you're in the UK, you then have to pay import tax on top of that. So it was about £60 import tax, so you're obviously spending quite a lot of money. If, like me, you are like a neutral nude gloss lover and love a nude eyeshadow palette, then I would definitely recommend investing in it. But if you're not really bothered by things like that, then obviously don't, because it is a lot of money. I'm not sure if you can buy the like products in as like singular products, but if you can, then possibly just pick up 1 or 2 shades of the gloss that you think you would use. But if, like me, you know you would use nude glosses and you do all the time, then I personally think it's worth investing in, but it's not like a necessity at all. But if you're a bit more into your makeup and love things like this, then yeah, I would recommend it. Like, the quality is really, really nice. Yeah, I think that's kind of my thoughts on everything. I hope you found this video useful. And if you did, then do give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram as well. And I'm sure I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye.